Namaste and welcome to this practice of Yin Yoga. We'll be exploring an opening of the hips and the shoulders today. To begin with, find yourself in a comfortable reclined position. As you lie back, ensure that the lower back feels supported. You might like a bolster under the knees or have the knees bent. And as you're ready, you can begin to close down the eyes and start to make a connection with your breath. Simply witness the soft belly receiving the breath as it expands on the inhale and gently contracts on the exhale. Feel a softness around those eyes and also around the jaw, relaxing through the jaw and allowing the breath to come and go with ease. The practice of Yin allows you the time to surrender, to step away from the fullness of life, the demands of life, to slow down a little through your energy output, your physical activity, an opportunity to quieten down the mind. And as we know, it's much easier to control the breath than it is the mind. So let's invite this sense of surrender in through the breath by adding a count of 4 on the inhale and a count of 6 on the exhale. And to begin, just take 2 cleansing breaths now. So in through the nose and a long sigh out through the mouth. And as you do that again, breathing in through the nose, as you sigh out audibly through the mouth, feel the body relaxing even more now, into stillness, into comfort. And then only breathing through the nose, inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And just continuing now on your own for 1 more minute. Feeling the body expanding with each breath in. And noticing a softness developing through the physical, mental body, all of the layers of the body as you let go more and more with those longer breaths out. This is a practice that you might continue as you come into these holds of the poses, helping to shift any stuck energy physically or mentally. So whilst on your back now, begin to bend those knees and bring them in towards the chest. Cupping the hands over the knees so the fingers point down towards the feet, and take the knees out towards the sides of the body and then draw them away and reconnect at the center. So as you breathe in, open wide through the knees out to the side, and then exhale, drawing back in. And just once more like that, big circle. And the next time those knees go wide, let's find our happy baby. Might be just holding on to the knees and allowing that space through the sacrum. It might be holding on to the back of the thighs. It might be turning the soles of the feet upwards. You may even hold on to the inside or the outside of the feet, ensuring that the head and shoulders can stay connected. As you feel that point of resistance in the body, take the time to ask yourself, do I need to find more depth? Do I need to back off? Or should I stay exactly where I am? You can check in with your breath to help you make that decision. Noticing if the breath still remains in that soft belly, or if it's become a little static or rushed. Continue to return the breath to an evenness, or even encouraging those longer exhalations. You might be staying with that silent count in your mind, or you may just be feeling a willingness from yourself to let go. Perhaps you simply notice the surrendering through the breath and a contentment with where you are right now. Taking one last breath in. And perhaps this last exhalation is as if you're breathing out through a straw. Finding the knees back towards each other and hugging them in, holding the shins or the back of the thighs. Perhaps a little movement from side to side or forward or back. Or maybe it's just stillness that you need right now. Often there's not enough stillness in life, so maybe these opportunities here you can savor, unhurried. Finding your way to one side of your mat before using that top hand to press into the floor, guiding you all the way up. And you can find your way onto the hands and knees here. And just begin to make big circles with the hips so the hands and the knees can be positioned in a way that gives you the space to move. Invite this sense of freedom into the lower half of the body, but also into the upper half. So maybe finding a little bend through the elbows and allowing the shoulders to roll through, feeling an ease around the neck and the head very heavy. And changing direction as you're ready. Perhaps combining the movement with your breath. And as you find your way through center, take the sit bones down towards the heels and find your child's pose, bringing the head either all the way to the floor or making a support underneath as a pillow. Position the knees maybe wider than the hips. They might even be all the way out to the edges of your mat. And take a moment to simply scan all the way from the tips of your toes. Feel an ease through the feet. Find a softness through the thighs. And notice if you're holding unnecessarily around the buttocks. Perhaps sense as you let go of physical effort through the legs, there's a little more softness now through the lower back, the belly, the entire torso. And with those elbows bent, feel the shoulders relaxing down towards the earth. And sense a heaviness of the head. And tune into the soft sound of your breath, perhaps your Ujjayi breath. Finding your way back up onto the hands and knees. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Maybe bring the knees a little bit closer together. Take the left arm all the way up towards the ceiling on that left side. Take a breath in here. And then as you exhale, reach the arm all the way through and reach it back towards that right foot. Inhale to come all the way up. And exhale, reaching through alongside that right leg down towards the right foot. Inhale. And coming all the way down towards the right foot and sitting down into your sit bones towards the heels. Bring the palms together, these namaste hands. So the left elbow is against the floor. And see if you can press into that left elbow a little. Pivot the chest around and then bring the head down towards the floor. So if the head's not touching, you don't have to have the hands together. You could just bring the back of the left hand against the mat. But perhaps that little bit of connection through the palms just allows you to hold in stillness in the twist. And with that connection of the palms, feel the torso relaxing, so all those muscles around the thoracic spine. Notice the sit bones become a little heavier. And you continue to expand the breath. The palms are connected. You can release those hands. Use that right hand into the floor to support you to come all the way back up. Lengthen back into child's pose, but this time keeping the elbows lifted, send the sit bones back. Just stretching it out here before we take the second side. So the knees are a little closer than hip distance. Right arm reaches all the way up as you breathe in. And then on the exhale, take the arm through and reach back towards the left foot. Inhale to lift. And exhale back towards the foot, or at least that leg, or at least that left side. Inhale, lift. And then as you come down, you're either on that right shoulder, maybe the back of the hand, or perhaps the palms meet. You bring the head down to the floor, and as those palms stay connected, allow yourself just to twist and then ease there. Find ease. As you hold in the twist, imagine all those muscles through the mid and upper spine, softening, dialing back the effort that's required of them often. Allow this sense of melting through the mid and upper spine, and then just notice the natural curves that are occurring there for you. Use the left hand into the floor, coming all the way back up. Find your way onto the hands and knees. Drop the left shoulder as you look over the right, so bending into that left elbow. Inhale back through center and dropping the right elbow, right shoulder, looking over towards the left. And just once more on each side, feeling that ease. Any little pockets of tension, find a spaciousness all around. And then as we find our way into Sleeping Swan, bringing the left leg forward, sending the right leg back. Finding the center of the right knee. Shining the hips forward evenly. And either supporting the upper body with a cushion or a bolster, or perhaps coming all the way down. As you make those adjustments for the body, return the mind to the feeling of breathing. As you reach your edge, your first point of resistance here in your Sleeping Swan, it can be helpful, perhaps you're already experiencing that, to encourage the inhalation to be a little lengthier. Encourage the exhalation to move out through the lips like you're breathing out through a straw, with control, with awareness. And as we feel resistance in the physical body, often we start to increase the volume and the consistency of thoughts in our mind. So as always, acknowledge anything that is coming to the surface for you. Acknowledge a thought, an emotion, and then easily let it pass by. Turning to the breath, moving in and moving out with ease. Sense your whole self's willingness to let go. As you need to prepare the body, to support the body, to come all the way up. And rolling out to that left side, maybe finding down dog and releasing the legs, perhaps easing out the hips from side to side, or finding child's pose, anything that you might need here for your body before we find the second side. So go on and bring that right knee forward towards the right wrist. Finding center on that left extended leg. You might be using a cushion or a block under the bent leg side, the hip there to support, as you know, is very useful to allow your body to settle into a firm, supportive base. And again, as you make those adjustments, simply allow the inner eye to scan through the body. Encourage the body to release any unnecessary holding, whether it's in the fingers or the jaw, whether it's in the buttocks or the belly. Curiously explore the body and encourage this feeling of ease now. for just 2 more minutes. You might like to use these last 3 breaths to really mentally, physically, energetically dive in to that feeling of expanse within. Finding your way up and just rolling over to that right side to release. You can find your way into a comfortable seat. Take the arms up as you breathe in and bring them together overhead on the exhale, drawing down through center. A heart-opening breath, inhale. Crossing the right elbow over the top of the left, find your eagle arms, bring the palms to meet, breathing into lift, and exhale, pulsing the elbows down in towards the belly. One last time, inhale to lift, and exhale, feel a heaviness across the shoulders, the head, and just pausing here. Allow the body to surrender to gravity. Feel the breath moving all the way into the upper back. Using your next breath in, lifting up, releasing those arms behind you. Lean back into the hands and take the feet out, perhaps as wide as your mat. Very slowly find these windshield wiper legs. Knees to one side, gazing in the opposite direction. Using the exhale to release the weight of the legs from each side of your mat. Inhaling back through center. And as you find your way back with the knees facing up, go on and cross the legs or find that comfortable position for your body. Inhale, take the arms up and connect the palms overhead. Exhaling down through center. A heart-opening breath, inhale. Left elbow crosses over right. Palms together, inhale to lift. Exhale, elbows down towards the earth, down in towards the belly, letting go, letting go. Inhale the arms back up. We're here one last time and we're holding in this fold. Feel that space between the back teeth. All of the muscles of the face relaxed. The abdomen expands with the breath, and you can imagine that breath reaching all the way into the upper back. And from the upper back all the way back down as you exhale. Take a breath in, lift up through the arms, release them behind you. Take the legs a little wider this time, so you might have the heels on the floor, you might extend the legs long, tilt forward to the front of the sit bones, and even if you've got the knees bent, see if you can tilt forward and rotate the hips forward slightly. You may stay upright or send some weight forward, support the body in any way. The way in which you're positioning your legs is going to target different areas of your body. So if your legs are extended and your knees are facing directly up towards the ceiling, you'll feel more of a stretch through the hamstrings and the back of the legs and through the lower back. If you've got the knees bent, if the hamstrings are quite tight, you'll still feel that lovely opening and spaciousness through the lower back. So just noticing the distance of your legs, that's going to target the area that your body is requiring that little bit of attention, freedom from tension. Noticing a vibration perhaps, or just a sense that with this gentle stress of the body, that this energy, this prana or chi is moving a little more freely through you. And that's often why when we release from these yin shapes, even if they're just for 3 minutes, it's almost like a little buzz of energy, a sense of uplift there. Notice if the mind has become a little busy or a little full, which is often what happens when we bring the body into stillness. The mind craves something to focus on. Let it be the breath. Let it be the feeling of receiving the breath and then letting that go. You might simply witness that this is all just happening. You sense your body breathing. Begin to find your way up and support the body as needed to find your way either into a comfortable seat, or you may like to come back into Shavasana. So this practice of Samariti or box breathing, this equal breath, can be practiced seated or reclined. So before we begin, take a cleansing breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. hold, 2, 3, 4, and continue. Taking just one more round. And then letting the count of the breath go. Allow your awareness to expand, exploring the sensations of your body. Exploring your state of mind. Witnessing the space within your body. A sense of ease. Witnessing the space within your mind. A beautiful, calm essence within. Enjoy these next few moments to abide in this stillness. You may like to sit or stay reclined for a little longer if possible. Or perhaps transfer into your pranayama practice and explore one of the practices, the breathing techniques that will help you move into this day with greater balance and clarity. Or if you're practicing in the evening, a calming practice, a pranayama practice that invites deep rest. Namaste.